for me, I must really commend the former president, John Ajekum Kufuor, who is a statesman for this country, and also commend the outgoing Vice President, Alhaji Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, together with the wife, the second lady, and to state that it's important that when we are done with our partisan political campaigning and trying to use that as a vehicle to come into a national office, when all of that is done, we are one people. And just to state that I'm glad that John Dramani Mahama is being given the support, because he didn't give this support in years past. You recall he didn't attend the swearing-in of Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor in the 2021 swearing-in. He didn't congratulate Nana Addo Dankwa Kufuor. I mean, but all of that is gone into history. But we should learn from these. These are statements that rallies the rank and file of the grassroots. I mean, when the grassroots sees this level of commandery, and we have always stated that we have a lot of peace amongst ourselves at a very higher echelon. So as politicians, you will see that I would exchange pleasantries with my opposite political person, MPP, NDC, CPP, and the likes. But if that does not trickle down to the grassroots, then we have a lot of admiration to go to. And I'm glad that this is happening. And so it clearly tells you that the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party is congratulating the president-elect John Dramani Mahama and the first female vice president, Professor Jane Nano Opoku-Agyeman. And we should all learn from this in the future. If you lose an election and you have to be part of it just for the nationalistic stake, I think that is critically very important. And
as Dr. Palgrave Boakye-Dankwa ends there, pomp and pageantry well represented in the shorts now. The Asantehene, his delegation, and also just representing why Ghana as a country, we have been able to unite across all fronts. But in certain times within elections, Professor Kobi Mensah, we take a look at sometimes some of those run-cross periods. We seem to think that the peace is just so thin, just on the other side.
I mean, the democracy is an adversarial game.
Yeah.
You know, it's a battle of ideas. And nowhere would you find democracy that you wouldn't find that kind of, so to speak, the rancorous, moments. Obviously, immediately the decision is made, everybody goes back to the table, and then we judge going forward to govern the country. So it is part of the, the entire, processes. You have to debate, in a manner that can win you the power, all right? And that actually brings tensions. But we should also be reflective of our structure, the social structure of this country, which obviously had contributed, to the kind of democracy or the kind of environment that we have. Don't forget, not every country participates in a very heated democratic practices and still keep the country, intact. There are countries that have gone through the democratic path, but they end up fighting, in terms of proper fighting. I mean, not this kind of choices of words, etc., but throwing blows and ending up, splitting the country in a manner that is not, expected of a democratic country. Don't forget, just in Côte d'Ivoire, recent memories tell us how, politics, in the name of democratic, engagement, actually, brought a very beautiful country to that level that we've never had before. I mean, I lived in Côte d'Ivoire sometime, and I loved the way it was, just to later on see that the country